Here we go, judges of the 2024 Stadium of the Year contest. This is group number 2, the second group of 4 stadium creators with 4 amazing stadiums that you are voting on to see who makes it to round number 2. Of these 4, you're telling us your favorite stadium by giving it 4 points. Your second gets third. Your third gets 2. And your least favorite of the 4 gets the 1. Whoever has the most points after all votes are tallied will move on to round 2. Who are we judging in group 2? That would be Commonwealth Park from Carman's-Dad, Hyatt Park from Gopper Gaming, whoops, I forgot his G, or MD Baseball 05, that's his gamer tag. Gopper Gaming is his YouTube channel. Bubba Gump Stadium from Jedi Yank, one of the final entries into the contest, or Yellow Banks Park version 3 from Slick 102554. That, my friends, is the second group fighting to move on to round number 2. So let's take a look at that first park. Here we go, folks. Commonwealth Park from Carman's-Dad, a creator we all know and love. He has a very distinct style. Everything's incredibly clean. He has said live on a stream with me before that he has an architectural background, so he pays a lot of attention to detail. He doesn't like to leave stadiums that might have obstructed views, or there's no way to get to certain seats, or, you know, just crazy stuff like that. I do the same thing, but to a much lesser extent, less professional and clean and logistic sense. So obviously you can see it's very symmetrical. Tedious work must have went into lining up all of those bleachers and creating the little entrances in just the right spots, and leaving room for standing room only and a concession stand. And then, of course, having it blend in with the racetrack in the background by creating this structure with the clock tower and putting, you know, the sluggers all the way through, one letter per tower. There's like, 4 or 5 different buildings all blended in each tower, and then he has to line them up perfectly and spread it all the way around the outside of the stadium. Out freaking standing. And then we have Pittsburgh Pirates size, I would say, with just the big top deck and then 2 rows of luxury seating. Although it does fit 42, I don't think Pittsburgh fits that many. A lot of bleachers and a lot of luxury seating in there too. And then you got the racetrack in the background. Oh, plus you got seating in the racetrack too. They're going to count these guys as part of the tally for the stadium. But the scoreboard is very customized, creating extra base for the stadium or for the scoreboard that already has one, covering up the main part with a beautiful sign, again, meticulously, you know, rainbowing the letters, curving the letters. I don't know if there's a more official artistic term for that, but arching them. Hall of Fame circle with the baseball sticking out. Excellent. Oh, that's from the one fountain. Okay, great. Again, yeah, just, I mean, the outside of the stadium, too. Often uses this building. He says it looks like a ballpark on the outside, which I certainly agree. And then he likes how many different roles these little windows can create. They can be entrances and exits. They can be windows. The little overhang could be like a semi-roof for protection in the rain, for a few people anyway. But, yeah, we've all seen Carman's-Dad's work. We know what he's capable of. And this stadium is certainly worthy of a good look for any contest. Man, simply gorgeous. Thank you, Carman's-Dad. This is Hyatt Park from MD Baseball 05. I wanted to put his gamer tag up there in case the judges wanted to go in and see it. But he's Gopper Gaming on YouTube. He has franchise modes and building tips, and he shows off his stadiums, off his creations, and man, are they gorgeous. He told me this one is based off the renderings for the new ballpark in Chicago for the White Sox. Right field has the cool little multi-layered standing room only option with stairs and escalators, bleachers and field level seating surrounding that whole thing, and then 2 layers of seating above that with bleachers on top, lights nice and low with the play ball sign right in there. 3 level. Oh, look at this. How this is like raised and then there's standing room only underneath. Outstanding. The detail that this guy puts into his stadiums is the tops in the game. Let's say that. I don't want to say second to none because you got guys like Arch and Murph, who Texas Ags who do very similar detailing in their stadiums. Out of town scoreboards and like stuff like this. I asked him. This is all part of the design. He's not mixing props or anything like that. He just thought it would look cool like that, and it does. Then you got the pinwheels, of course, if you are building a park for the White Sox, taken right over from Comiskey. Counter-style seating with the steps, with the escalator railings. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful work from MD Baseball 05 or Gopper Gaming on YouTube. There's a park outside. There's a bunch of buildings surrounding the property. As we take the panoramic view, he usually doesn't spend too much time outside of the stadium, but you can tell he did here. He said he likes to spend on his memory inside the, where you can see in the stadium or, the scenery outside of the stadium because he uses his games in franchise mode. He replaces a lot of stadiums that are in the game, notably Oakland and Tampa Bay, and I'm sure Chicago with this gem. Well done in the corners, turning them into, at least in left field, probably grounds crew holdings. Right field, there's it's spaced off with some marble in there. Looks good. Gopper Gaming, folks, or I hope I got his. Do I have his? Oh, so we'll put Gopper Gaming too. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's MD Baseball 05. Here's Bubba Gump Stadium from Jedi Yank. Starting off in right field, an excellent field level seating area that curves around from the base, around to behind the base paths. Then you got a nice little concourse that jolts out. And of course, next to that, some stairs that take you down to field level where you can watch the game through the windows in the home run fence. Umbrella seating. Different, well, I guess it's not different, but extra, I should say, because he obviously added a couple restaurants together to create that cool little bend. And then you got fan stairs up on top where he created the scoreboard walk, and there's the scoreboard. Excellent. Nods to Jackie over here on the building with the balconies and the open floor plans in there. Pretty standard around and behind, although he does have some standing room only. Oh, that's a great idea. He used the balcony as like a railing to keep our artificial people safe. Dead center field, nice big open concourse with turnstiles to get you into the stadium. Paradise dining, and then this over here is great, using multiple end caps put together to create a stairway. 3 of them in the middle of all these bleacher seatings and grass level standing room only areas, and then the home run deck with people on top of that. And then he's got the newer buildings that are old. And each one lights up. It's Jenny's Terrace. I named it the only thing I could think of. I named it Jenny. Love the sky. Love the signs on the lights. and the light towers. Wrigley Building built into the hotel where people are watching the game from their balconies. Pretty standard. Like, well, I did round it behind already, didn't I? Camera wells down the first and third base line next to the god-awful bullpens that are on the field. Did some nice work on the city that is in view of the umpire and catcher or the player who is using the stadium. Flipping that light switch, stadium looks fantastic lit up, especially with all those windows lit up from Jenny's Terrace. J-Disc 98 with Bubba Gump Stadium, the third stadium of the group, which means we have one more to check out. But here it is, Yellowbanks Park version 3 from Slick 10/25/54. I love the stadium. I have highlights from the stadium, played some Ricky Davis legends in the stadium. I always love a nice plaza level luxury coming off of the big fence, and I like how it overhangs over here so that you can put some restaurant style seating and some luxury underneath. Looking fantastic. I like how he spun the roof around to give it a unique look, adding the Hit It Here sign and the rundown sign. And then, of course, we have some water with the dock and the deck stretching around. Pretty tough to hit some water shots because you got to go over the scoreboard or through. And then you got a little space over here, I guess, but then you're running into this entrance, which looks amazing. This is just a fun stadium to play in. I remember how he kind of built restaurants together and used the trestle to hold them up. And this nice bending deck that kind of traces around the corner, which is never easy to deal with, but he made it look very nice. There's more of that roof style. Excellent. And a nice gap in the second deck here. Pretty standard behind home plate, although we do have some standing room only fans down here with the brick and some bleachers. Then he's got brick coming into the dugout. That looks nice. And then these guys look like they got really fancy seats under here. Excellent. Protected from the sun. And is that on both sides? Yep. And then the restaurant seating on top of that. Fantastic. Another excellent corner with the brick building and a restroom, signage, stairs. Fantastic. Seats built right into those buildings. Ooh, I like how the luxury curves around. Fantastic. Got stuff going on underneath here, too. Is this a custom bullpens? Is it just one? Yeah, it's one for both teams. Okay. Fantastic. Bleachers with the roof over it look great. Perfect scoreboard for this field. Fan deck, multi-layers. The water looks great. Boats coming in. Steakhouse. You can catch a glimpse from the seats out here. Very fun. Another excellent park from Slick 10/25/54. Loved playing in the stadium. All right. That was stadium number 4, judges. Is this your favorite of the group? If so, assign it a 4. Assign your next stadium a 3. Your third favorite stadium a 2. And your least favorite stadium a 1. Here are the people in group 2 once more. Commonwealth Park from Carmen's dad. Hyatt Park from Gopper Game. I got to fix a couple of these things. First of all, Commonwealth is one word. And the G in Gopper Gaming. There we go. Commonwealth Park from Carmen's dad. Hyatt Park from Gopper Gaming or MD Baseball 05. Bubba Gump Stadium from Jedi Yank or Yellow Banks Park version 3. Look for the email reminding you that we would like these results by Friday, March 7th, right? March 7th, but we only need 7 to move on. But, the more the merrier. So definitely, if you take the time to go through it. And again, you can write a frickin' 3,000-page thing on each stadium if you want, and I'll read every word. Or you can do as much as do as little as leave a number next to each stadium and let me know that way. You can let me know if you want to share your views or not. You can let me know if you want to be anonymous. However you guys want to do it, I want to respect the judges in every single possible way because you're taking the time to do this for me and the rest of the community who have joined the contest. So thank you so much again, judges. That is the end of Group 2. Group 3 should be following very, very shortly.